Hello, welcome. My name is Prakash D, and welcome to the Online Prosperity Show. And today we are going to talk about how to how to map out your journey through your failures and the fears that keep you stuck, and also to move from procrastinator to an action taker, and how you can achieve your desired reality by breaking free from those mental patterns and those limiting beliefs which keep you stuck in your life.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Online Prosperity Show. I'm your host, Prosper Tarovinga, and today we have a remarkable guest that's joining us. Prakash, how are you doing today?
Hello, Prosper. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. My name is Prakash, and I'm currently live from my home office at Chennai, which is in India. And I'm basically a mindset coach by profession, and I basically help people break free from their mental patterns and which keep them stuck in and stagnant in life. So which keep them stuck with the fear of failures or the faulty childhood programmings or their limiting beliefs. So I kind of work around that.
Absolutely, I quite like that. And for our guest, you are in for a treat. Like what Prakash says, he works predominantly with a mindset and helps people conquer the shackles of stress, anxiety, overthinking while bidding farewell to those nagging and negative thoughts. And as you can see how positive he is tuning in all the way from India. This makes me very, very excited because Prakash, you're the first person from India I've actually managed to interview. So, with your mission to impact a billion people, I hope this platform is going to be the one to enable you to do that. So, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you so much for your opportunity, Mr. Prosper, because all the way from India to be able to present myself and my mission towards a larger audience, that in itself is a kind of boon to me, actually. We actually kind of came around with LinkedIn. We connected through LinkedIn, and through that, we got to know each other. And here I am before you, presenting myself to the audience of Australia and also to the larger world altogether. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, if you're watching right now, you are amongst one of the billion that Prakash is going to impact. Now, get ready because Prakash is what we term a compassionate mindset coach. And he's the founder of Own Your Thoughts, a vibrant community with a mission to achieve mental freedom for a lot of people. So get ready for an inspiring journey of transformation and self-discovery. Now, Prakash, I've already welcomed you to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you transitioned from being a telecom retailer and becoming an online entrepreneur and mindset coach.
Yeah. So basically, I've been in the mindset coach only since the last 10 months, I guess. And to really get into why I do what I do, so let me take you through a small backstory of mine so that you'll be able to resonate with my vision. And I'm basically from a middle class Marwadi family, Marwadi in the sense a group of people from Rajasthan, a state in India. So it's a typical business family. So, and my father has a mobile shop here at Chennai. And I was very good in studies at school. I always got like high grades and was a topper almost every time. And uh, I completed my studies, and then I thought like all other students, I wanted to go into best of colleges and to get a degree and to graduate with a good numbers for a better career. So once my 12th results were announced, and I had scored almost 92% at that time, and I was very happy. I was going to go to college, but then my father called me one day, and he said, "Listen, I've been working all my life for your studies and for your, uh, I mean, for meeting all your needs. And I've grown old now. And so I already got a bit of loan too. And I cannot pay for your college any further. So I have two more kids, which is my brother and my sister. and I can hardly make ends meet with that uh, source of income, which was from the mobile store. So I wanted to drop that aspiration of going to college or to get a degree. So I had to stop my studies, and he asked me to join his business along with him because he was the only breadwinner for us, and I had to agree with a heavy heart. And I started assisting him at his store, but actually, I did not lose hope even there. Uh, I started learning through newspapers, through books, and whatever I got from there. Um, and around 6 months later, I was able to join in a distance education course, which was not from a, it is not conventional college system, but you get the books to home and you self-study. You do a self-study and you go through that process. And after that, you have to give an exam and you get a degree. So I went through that process, and by this time, I was going it hand in hand with the business, and I was able to expand my retail business to some extent. And we were able to manage those loans which he had. And but deep inside, I was not happy with my life. There was actually what to call it was kind of monotonous for me to be working in that environment. Um I mean, it was kind of monotonous. So where I felt suffocating for a few months, and then I actually had an aspiration to help people. That was my at the back of my mind. I had this intention that with my work, I want to impact people. So now, because I was an avid reader, as you all know, I had known about the UPSC exams. So this was the second phase of my life, UPSC exams. These exams are conducted by the government of India for various administrative services inside the country. So I joined there, I enrolled then, and I started preparing for that. So I failed even in that due to mismatch in the what we say timings of my study and my work. It was I was unable to balance between those two. So I failed in UPSC, not once, not twice. I failed 4 times. Yes. So and I almost had hit a lowest point at that time. So I went very depressed. You see, when you fail for one time or two time, it's fine. Then if the failure continues on a never-ending basis, so you reach a point where you are totally shattered. Now, this was around the time of lockdown, and it all came all together on me. So it was COVID time, and even the business here was kind of dropping, and I had um, my mental state was kind of disturbed. So this was when I was going through these websites, and it was lockdown time, so it was all online. So at that time, I got to know about a specific thing called mindfulness, which had actually impacted me very deeply. Mindfulness is, to the audience, if they are unaware of it, it's just the act of being in the present moment.
Yep.
Because a lot of time we are present at a situation, at a particular thing, but our mind is wandering to different locations. We are not in the present moment. That is when we kind of have this mental state called overthinking and anxieties, fears. Everything comes when we think a lot. So this mindfulness and its practice helped me overcome such a mental state of mind. And I explored deeper. I got to know that in order to improve my situation, I need to work on my mindset first, because everything starts when we work on our mindset. So I enrolled in courses and went for coaching also. At that time, this coaching industry was actually booming. So I could gradually come out of that low mental state of mind. And I then decided to make this my mission and to help people overcome similar issues, because this is not my personal mission, I mean, personal problem. It is a problem which every person at any point of time goes through. So I decided to make this my life mission, and today I stand as India's emerging mindset coach. And this is basically what led me to take up this coaching platform and to be able to make a difference in lives of people who are going through similar issues and find themselves stuck in a dilemma.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah.
Absolutely. And yeah, good on you for coming up with, your own niche and your lived experience. Because so many people, like you said, having gone through the UPSC exams 4 or 5 times and then you're still failing, somebody would have given up. What made you keep going? Because, a lot of people would have given up and decided to do something else.
So during this lockdown time and even before that, I have been reading through books. I'm completely into the self-help space right from my schooling itself. So that helped me because I read this book by Carol Dweck, I guess. Yes, she was an American psychologist who had written this mindset book. So it is about a growth mindset aspect of our mind, which actually deals with, growth mindset where uh, you if you fail at something, it's not that that is the end of your life. You learn from it, you gather information of what did not work for you, and work towards making that possible. Even if you fail at certain thing for 4 to 5 times, if it does not work in that field, it's fine. You can move, you can explore different things, and you can move further in life rather than sitting back and just saying, I am good for nothing and nothing works for me. That doesn't work for a long period of time. So progression, or I mean towards a growth, when we move towards growth, everything comes to you. You attract things according to that. Because uh, even at my shop, I was feeling like in a stuck situation. Yes, I was in a comfort zone. I was having every possible comfort in that area, but then it kind of felt like a monotonous thing to me, which was I did not like that approach of being in a stuck state, and there was no growth. There was no growth in terms of mindset wise, or in terms of that what we call personal development. So that made me change the perspective towards life, and I
Absolutely.
kept moving. I kept moving.
I like that because I mean obviously without that growth mindset you definitely would have just been circling around and not having improved yourself. Now there's also another aspect where you did the long distance study which entailed that you would study from home and then they would send you the books and things like that. There's a lot of discipline that needed to be enforced in that particular sort of scenario. You needed to be very disciplined to complete that university sort of degree. Tell us what your process was and how you actually managed to be disciplined to be working by yourself without having to go to the college.
Yeah. So I've known about that distance education earlier, but then with this family business thing, I was completely into the family business for 6 months, and uh, I've not known. I was not in a position to take up studies again. I've just lost hope at that time, because once we get into business mindset, na, it's rather difficult for us to switch over or transition to that learning phase again, because a traditional system of education, it's kind of it gives us that picture like you need to go to a school, you need to complete a degree, then you need to get a job, and that's the process, how it has to be gone through. But then learning phase along with business, I learned it the difficult way. I couldn't manage for the first few months, I would say, but then the support of the family and a few of my friends who are actually on a growth mindset thing. Growth mindset thing in the sense they were on a progressive thing that whatever happens, you do this. If you fail, don't worry. We are with you. I will sort out something for you. And that made me keep moving. And even the family support, I would say, will be the very crucial thing for every individual, because without family, you cannot, as a separate individual, you cannot be dealing with all sorts of things without any support. Yes, after some time, after being in certain situations, learning from them and going through all that grind, you will be able to eventually stand on your own. But the beginning phase yeah, I would say it would not have been possible without the support of my family.
Absolutely. I don't know. In our culture, we've got a statement that says if you want to go far, you go alone. But if you want to go further, you go
Oh
together.
my God.
All right. And so I can see why, that is very crucial in that aspect. Now, would that be the reason why you've then gone to create this community so that others that don't have the support can actually come and learn and grow and be amongst people that can support them as they grow? Tell us a little bit about Own Your Thoughts and the common mission that actually unites your vibrant community that you've created.
Yeah, so I've actually founded this Own Your Thoughts community. It actually randomly stuck to my mind a title Own Your Thoughts because everything starts with your thought only. In the self-help space or in the mindset space, if you see, if you conquer your thoughts, you can conquer the whole world. It's not just a saying, but it is a path laid before us by our teachers and gurus that if you own your thoughts, that's the basic step towards achieving your desired reality. So own your thoughts is a transformative community. It's a platform for uh, people to explore their own potential and to explore their inner power because it's all about the mind game. And yeah, and even my vision about Own Your Thoughts is that I need to empower individuals to evolve their best selves because this community is comprised of proactive doers. Because only ideation won't get you to results. Ideation, along with that step-by-step implementation of what are your ideas, will get you to that. Because many people they just think I can do this. I am thinking of doing this. I am thinking of doing that, but it actually cuts down at that phase itself. What really matters is how you implement that idea, which is what is going to take you to the end goal. So this community is comprised of proactive doers, which are they are united by empathy and compassion, I would say, for the betterment of the society. So our vision actually is anchored to that belief that conquering your minds for mental well-being is the key to unlocking boundless achievements. So through this vision, we strive to make a lasting positive difference in the lives of people and the world at large. Yes.
Absolutely, because during your journey, you also learned a little bit about mindfulness, and you were explaining it a little bit in, how you say people should focus on being in the now. But with today's life, everything has to be busy, busy, busy. Everything has to happen from our phones, and people are always connected and things of that nature. Can you give us maybe some practical advice on how people can be mindful, so that they can, go away from all that anxiety and overthinking, that is now causing them to actually not feel well.
Okay. So I would say mindfulness, let me first explain the definition. Mindfulness is just being in the present moment. And it's not a big thing to achieve because uh, you just need to be in the present moment. You have a lot of, there are two aspects to it. Either you're thinking about your past or your future. These are the two aspects of our mind. Either you go thinking about what will happen next and you keep worrying about it, or you try to be in a sober state with your past experiences. So when you cut short of these two things, what remains is actually the real self, which is here. And you need to remember that what you think, I mean, your thoughts and who you are. These are
Right.
two different things.
Mm.
These are two different things. What we do is we try to engage with our thoughts so much that we feel that you're going along with that thought. If your mind is thinking about something, you go along with it and you try to engage with it so much that you forget what is happening in the present moment. So just realizing and being aware that your mind is not you. This actually helped me to be mindful in even in the situations where there were a lot of things happening around me, and how I was able to overcome that. It was this simple aspect of it. Be in the present moment by being aware of the thing that your mind is not you. Separate yourself from your mind. You're not your mind.
I like that.
That's my one statement.
Yes, you're not your thoughts, right? You know what your mind is thinking, that's a whole nother thing. But so many people cannot distinguish that, and then they now just really get caught up in the negative thoughts. And from what I understand is, the more negative thoughts that you think, the more of that sort of thing that you are attracting in the end. And people start wondering, wait a minute, why are these things happening to me? So what maybe then happened to you as soon as you learned this mindfulness and you discovered that you are not your thoughts? What changed in your life?
Okay, so this was the time of, I was after this failure of UPSC exams, and sort of that was a phase where everything was locked down, and I was sitting at my home when I learned these techniques, and I was able to implement in a way. Uh, Nothing was disturbing me at that time because everything was shut down. So this made me lock myself in a room, and I used to practice it on a daily basis. Some meditation, some kind of mindfulness techniques that help me. Uh, I would say, which helped me to overcome this situation. And one thing I would like to say about our thoughts is that um, thought is a singular thing. But when thought becomes emotions, and when emotions are put into the input again, this creates a chain of events. Because once if we stop at thought at that emotion stage itself and not put that emotion again to the input, this is a aspect which I had learned at that time, that you need to make your thoughts an input. I mean, thoughts are actually the input, but uh, when they get to an emotion state, they get to the output state, which is why we react to things, which is why we respond to things. But if I think about I need to go to the office on Monday, so that's just a thought. But I need to go to office on Monday. What will my boss think? And what will I be doing there? Everything comes. Uh, it will happen at that particular time. But thinking of it at this particular time in present moment, it will not give you any. It will not be able. You will not be able to be in the present moment with that. So, uh, to be in the present moment, just focus on one thought at a time, and do not make your thought an input again, which will create again a chain of events. Let
Mm.
that you need to stop that thought at that very moment when that thought occurs, and stop it. Yeah, this is the thought. I am aware of this thought, and let alone of that. You need to liberate that at that particular time. If you don't do that, then it will create a sequence of events again and again. It will lead to chain after chain after chain, and it will become a never-ending thing. And that's the process of overthinking. I would say overthinking occurs in this pattern only.
Absolutely, because from what you're saying, half of the things that we overthink about usually never
Is
happen
the
anyway.
same thought. Yeah.
Right. They never end up happening anyway because, life just doesn't work like that. So you went on from that stage and now you've adopted mindfulness and then you've started your own business. But that was during the lockdown or post lockdown where a lot of coaches also came onto the scene. How did you then manage to really come out and separate yourself when everybody else was also trying to do the same thing that you were doing?
Okay. So one thing I learned from my mentor is that everybody has an audience. I would put it in quotes that your vibe will attract your tribe. I go with this principle of my mentor, and he has rightly put that the niche is, even in the mindset space, there are a lot of people. But when you narrow down on that niche of, for say, for example, I deal with working professionals and business owners from age of 25 to 45 or 40, 50 years. So I'm targeting one particular uh, target audience, and also uh, my niche is narrowed down only to progressive mindset, which is growth mindset. And there are a lot of aspects to this mindset thing, maybe stress management, anxiety management. There are a lot of things, confidence thing is there. And there are a lot of aspects to it. I try to narrow it down to I mean, I mean, topic after topic, I started segregating it, and I found that this worked for me because I could relate it to my own experiences, which was through my failures and through my journey. I would say that I had uh, a past which had I had gone through all these phases. So why not teach this alone? Because every aspect cannot be dealt with. Um, I mean, we cannot generalize every aspect of it. We need to narrow down to a particular thing. And like I said, there will be people like me who have been through that journey and who have been making themselves stuck in a comfort zone that, yes, let's wait for the right time. Let's do when things are perfect. Or they keep themselves stuck with that resistance to change. So I would say that your vision should align with what you have been doing, and it should align with your mission so that you'll be able to impact deeply and create a difference in the lives of people. Yes.
Absolutely, I quite like that. And that statement, your vibe attracts your tribe, because who you are and where you are going is usually, you're probably 10 or so steps ahead of the people that you can actually coach. And if you can just use your lived experience and show them the future that they want to be, do, and have, then obviously those people will be aligned and attracted to working with you there. And I think while we were talking, you mentioned the importance of, I think you mentioned something like just start small, or just start where you are and then use whatever resources that you have, because some people just look at other people online and say, oh my God, I want to start there. Or they look at your certifications there and they say, I want to do that just so that they can compete with you. Now, can you just elaborate on this and provide maybe examples in your own entrepreneurial journey where you had to start small and then used your resources to actually elevate yourself?
Okay. So actually, during the learning phase of my business coach, I mean the mindset coaching, uh, I was like all other people. I was going to this coaching, enrolling there, learning there from something from there. And you see, this internet algorithm runs that way only. You search for something, and all the relevant topics come to you at the same time. It will be kind of uh, overwhelming sometimes. Should I learn this? Should I do this? Or should I go into business coaching sometime? Or should I do for entrepreneurship? Whatever should I do for communication thing? So there were moments when I felt that it was kind of overwhelming. I was not able to decide on what to do next. So where what helped me was actually my dad says this that you need to start small, and you need to keep improving with time. Also, one of I don't remember. Yeah, my another mentor. He says that Siddharth Rajsekhar, his name is. So he says that version one is better than version one. Start small. Start with what you have. It's not that you need to have a perfect time or perfect resources to start with. I actually started even this background thing. I'm actually in my home office, which I designed it myself. This is just a background of wallpaper, and I just made it customized with a few couple of dollars only. I did not manage to invest much in these aspects first earlier. I just started with one laptop, click on the play button, and I started recording my videos, and I started going in front of the audience. So I started small with that. Resourceful is nothing but whatever you have with yourself, you need to implement it in the right way so that you do not have to wait for the perfect strategy or perfect tools. There are a lot of tools in the market which you can implement on a later basis. But to start with, if you are trying to be like a perfectionist and only when I get a good camera, I will be able to speak in front of the public and I will be able to make an impact. Impact does not need a good camera. What really matters is your vision and the way you the way you deliver your message, which is what will bring your audience to you. And I've learned it the hard way, but I will say that it was a game changer for me. And earlier, I used to compare myself with fellow coaches also. That was a phase when he's doing this thing. Let me go to his coaching and learn his aspect. Yeah, that is aspect to be learned. But you are forgetting that you already have all the knowledge. You already have the knowledge to be provided. Your people are not going to come to you just for knowledge, because knowledge is everyone everywhere on the internet. They are going to come for what you stand for and what is your real uh, vision of for that community. Like for example, my vision is to impact 1 million people to overcome their stress anxiety by building a growth mindset. So this is my thing. Everyone has their own aspect. And earlier, I used to get overwhelmed by comparing myself. He's doing like this. Why can't I do like that? And I used to lower my self worth at that time. Even in the learning journey, also, it was kind of challenging at some times that uh, why am I doing this? I mean, these questions always came to my mind. But then I said, it is for a bigger cause, and we are here not just to live like all other common people. We are here to impact a bigger community. So let's get with the flow and start doing what is required. And I don't analyze much with things like I don't think much. I used to think earlier, but I don't think much while implementing things. I will have an idea. I will start implementing that idea either by the next day or almost at most by the week itself. So this helped me overcome this analysis paralysis thing. So I keep analyzing a thing and I wait for it, analyzing. It will go on for months together. So to break free from that, I just need to implement it. Ideation without implementation, ideation without execution is just a delusion. How
Mm.
does that work?
I like that because so many people, when they watch YouTube or when they watch videos like this, they're like, oh, I really want to be like Prakash, but they don't know how long it took you to be there. Just like you're saying, your background there, you had to just recently fix it. But before, you were just, showing up without, the background and things like that. So many of these things, um, you learn as you go, and your voice is actually important, as a coach or as an entrepreneur, because we are all different and we're bringing in different aspects and different skill sets and different vibes, like what Prakash has said. If you look at my finger, no two fingers, if you look at my hand, no two fingers on the same hand are of the same height. Each and every one of them is supposed to be doing a unique role. So that's the reason why you need to show up in the best way possible. And when people like what you're putting out there, they will definitely support you and they will encourage you to want to learn more and be present for them all the time. Now, Prakash, if people are looking to then connect with you and learn a little bit more about how you impacting other people there, what would be the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Okay, so they can connect with me on Instagram, LinkedIn, and I host a weekly webinar, a workshop for my prospects. So they can register for that webinar, and through that, I will be explaining the step-by-step process on how to go from a stuck state of comfort zone to building a resilient or a growth mindset. It is a step-by-step process which involves 7 steps, which I call it as 7-step mindset formula. The mindset thing, the spelling, every thing I have made it into formula customized for my clients so that they move from breaking free from their mental barriers to identifying their limiting beliefs and to move towards a progressive mindset through taking consistent action. So this is a process through which they are taken through in my coaching program. And yes, I have my website, personal website. Even through my personal website, they can contact me. And yeah,
Absolutely. I'll make sure that all those links are in the show notes below so that people can actually get started and connect with you. Now, I can tell you've done a lot of work, especially on your mindset, especially on the learning and things like that, because it's not easy to show up, especially on a show like this, and actually be logical and actually give, answers that people will take on and utilize and actually make a difference in their lives. So congratulations, Prakash, you've done well.
thank you, Prosper, for believing in my mission and no, I mean realizing that this can impact a larger audience and being able to uh, be a part of your community also. I'm very grateful for your opportunity. And one thing I would be saying about uh, to my audience, I mean to your audience and my audience, is that the best part about success is that you do not need to reinvent the wheel. Everything is laid before you, and you just have to follow the footsteps of what the other achievers have done. The 1% community, I would say, the 1% people in the world who have been able to stand out from the rest of the crowd is because they were able to implement their ideas, because they were able to make a difference in the lives of people by implementing what is there in their brains, not just by you keep thinking, you will end up doing nothing. So if you need to change things, you need to start implementing right on. And you just need to follow the successful people and their patterns to be a successful people, I mean, successful person yourself.
Fantastic. I like that. Success leaves clues because if people are doing fantastic and successful in their business, you can just reverse engineer what they did, what steps they took, which is why you need to rewatch this video again so that you can actually understand what particular strategies Prakash used in order for him to be a success that he is right now. But Prakash, I wanted you to maybe give yourself a little bit of advice. You remember that that young lad that was just going through challenging times, after you left your family business and you were facing unsuccessful attempts, for the civil service exams, but you didn't give up. Let's say you came across a mindful, a mindset coach like yourself, like you said, the ones that have gone ahead will leave clues. What sort of advice would you have wanted to hear from somebody who has gone through what you're going through and give that as advice that you would have wanted to give to your younger self?
To my younger self, I would give an advice that whatever happens in your life, don't don't overthink about it. Just progress in the direction what life throws on you. Your challenges are the ways to teach you something, and just learn the lessons from that challenges and move forward without over analyzing of why this is happening to me and why not. I mean, why is this is happening just to me? It's not that it's just happening to you. Every person has their own challenges, but you need to uh, think about this aspect that you need to learn from this and how you can overcome from that. That's what I would say to the audience about uh, being in a growth mindset state.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Prakash, this has been fantastic, but we've seen where you've been, we've seen what you're working on, and how you want to impact, all those people in order for them to conquer the shackles of stress anxiety while they're actually bidding farewell to those negative thoughts. Now, what's next? What can people expect from Prakash moving forward? Because I think you're only just getting started, right?
Yes, I've just started around 6 or 7 months ago. So, what's next is I'm working on my LMS platform, which is the learning management platform, where I am trying to provide them with uh, recorded courses and also one-to-one coaching for clients who need customized approach uh, to be able to get from their current stuck state to their desired reality. So, I'm giving them a 90 days. Program through which they will be able to break free from their mental patterns. And moving forward, I'm also trying to explore the offline platform. I mean, this is an online space, and it can almost be automated after some time. We do not have to invest much in this online space in terms of time. So I would rather pick up Chennai first. I will be approaching this is online platform. I would be doing this for entrepreneurs and business owners who are stuck in their life, and to be able to really impact those who have started young. I mean, in the college or in the school state itself, I want to give them that knowledge which would help them not to go through this grind like I went through, and they can start their journey in their early ages itself. So I'm going to impact through my offline programs to schools and colleges. That's my next, what next batch of events that I'm planning.
Fantastic. So the future generations are going to be in very, very safe hands there with Prakash. And there you have it, folks. Those that are watching right now, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another exciting episode of the Online Prosperity Show. This has been a captivating journey with Prakash, where we actually explored his transformation from being a telecom retailer to an entrepreneur and now compassionate mindset coach who's on a mission to impact. I know you had a smaller number, but we're pushing it to 1 billion now. Yeah?
Sure, absolutely.
Fantastic. And for those that are watching, remember, the power to shape your reality actually lies in your thoughts. And Prakash is here to guide you on that transformative journey. I will make sure that all his details are in the show notes so that you can actually get started on this journey, of your growth mindset. Now, thank you so much, Prakash, for being on the Online Prosperity Show. And thank you to our viewers for joining us. I really suggest that you rewatch this episode again so you can get all the insights, and also subscribe to the Online Prosperity Show just so that you do not miss out on these exciting episodes. Until next time, stay inspired, stay prosperous. Bye for now.